Hey guys, I'm Mitch from Boardco. We are out here today doing some water testing with some boats here in the spring, and we thought we'd do a little bit of a follow-up to the power and performance and efficiency videos that we've released here in the past. We've got two different boats here. We have a Centurion RI 257 that you can see right here, and then we also have a 2017 Malibu 24 MXZ. This boat is equipped with the current hull design and current powertrain system that Malibu runs. Both these boats are equipped with a 550 supercharged engine. One is from PCM, the other one is done by Inmar, but they are both current model boats, and we're going to give you the full details of exactly how we set them up and do some comparison videos. This 24 MXZ is a boat that we took in on trade, so we had the opportunity to get out and use it, which is a little bit difficult when trying to do some comparison between boats. Having the right boats that we would like to test is always a little bit difficult, but we have the opportunity to do this one, so we thought we'd let you share in the fun. Testing current model boats is a little bit difficult when we're testing boats that are aside from a Centurion or a Supreme, because we don't sell them. And so we had this boat that came into us. It is a Malibu 24 MXZ. It is a 2017 model that was traded into us. So we get the opportunity to go out and take this guy out, which is a chance we normally don't get to have. And we are going to go through and show you how the new boats compare to a new Centurion. This boat, I'll give you the full specs on everything. So this boat is a Malibu 24 MXZ. It is equipped with a 575 engine with, I believe, a 2-to-1 transmission. I'm not 100% sure of that, but I believe it's running a 2-to-1 gear ratio on transmission. The propeller that is running on this boat is a 17 by 14, and that is the configuration. Currently, we have all of the ballast full, which is the 4 hard tanks in this boat, plus we have 550 plug-and-play bags here in the rear lockers. If you want to, you can see we have these guys full. They're not even like bulging full. They're just full. So you can get an idea. We're going to show you what the settings on the fuel consumption are like while you're surfing on this guy with multiple different wedge settings. So we're going to start off with the wedge in ramp mode. So show you what it's like with the least amount of drag from the wedge and its impact on the wave, and then we're going to show you what it does with the wedge in what's called vert mode, which is the steepest possible wave, as well as another setting in between there. So we'll show you what the fuel consumption rating is. We have this hooked up. This is a Diacom diagnostic system that's hooked up in there, ready to rock and roll. So we don't have any additional lead or any additional other stuff in the boat. And in this boat currently right now we have 5 people sitting here out going through and doing the test. So we'll see how this guy compares to a 2018 Centurion. So, all right, let's do it. So I've got my earpiece in right here. The reason I got this guy is so you can hear me, because it's pretty loud and there's no way for me to communicate when this is not connected. So in looking here at the fuel load, the fuel flow rate, we are currently right now at about 13 gallons per hour. This is with the wedge basically not engaged. So this is it with the lowest possible wedge setting, and it's bouncing between about 12 and a half and 14, most of the time right around 13 miles an hour. We'll go up to mid-range setting on the wedge, which is what a lot of people run with their boat on this Malibu 24 surf. So the surf wave is kicking out pretty good. You can hear the transmission rev up. This is getting to around 4,000 pounds of simulated displacement between the mouths we have and the wedge. That's what we're doing right now. And the fuel flow rate right now, we are bouncing between about 18 and 23, 24. That you can see right here. So it's bouncing a lot, which is a little unique. We're getting a range of about 5 gallons an hour between 18 and 23. And then when you kick it all the way up to fully engaged, which you saw here, we really ramped up, the engine revved up even more. You can see there. Weight gets bigger, gets a lot of displacement, things look good. And as far as the fuel consumption, we are bouncing between 24 and 28 gallons an hour. There is what we're burning. So with this setup in this boat, in comparison to the other MXZ that we tested, it actually is burning more fuel with the wedge fully engaged. Now granted, this one does have a 575 engine in it, so it does have the bigger motor, but it also does have a larger diameter propeller in it as well. And the new hull shape, this is the same as the current model MXZ that Malibu offers. So we're going to jump over to a Centurion RI257 that is also equipped with the 550 engine to see how they compare as far as fuel consumption goes. Hey guys, we are now out in the Centurion RI257 to go through and show you the fuel consumption on this boat. We did a fuel consumption video with RI257 previously, but this one's a little bit different setup. Let me tell you what we've got going on. As far as the engine in this boat, this is the PCM XR7 550 horsepower engine. It's running a similar, so it's basically the same motor as what we're running in the Malibu, just done by PCM, where the Malibu one is done by Inmar. Second thing is this guy has a 1.72 to 1 transmission setup as compared to the Malibu, which I believe is a 2 to 1. So pretty similar between the two. That one's a little beefier, but it also runs a little larger propeller. This guy is slightly toned down, but it does run a slightly smaller propeller as well. So that we're running a 16 by 15 prop on this guy, as compared to the Malibu, which is running a 17 by 14 on that MXZ. In addition to that, I'll tell you what the ballast setup we have. We currently have 5 people here in the boat, so really similar to the setup, or the exact same setup we had in the Malibu. We have this boat is equipped with 5,500 pounds of ballast. Most people surf with right around 5,100 pounds because they don't put all of the weight up in the bow. If we did that, it actually would reduce the fuel consumption slightly, but the wave isn't quite as good, and that's not how we set them up when we go and surf. So we wanted to show you real world conditions of what it does. But we have about 5,100 pounds of total setup, which is about the same as what the Malibu was running when the wedge was 100% deployed, as far as total displacement. For ballast, as far as the boat goes, one thing that's really important to know in comparing between these two boats is this is the largest boat that we offer. It is a full 6,400 pound boat. Plus we're running 5,100 pounds of ballast, and it's about a foot and a half longer than that 24 MXZ. So longer surface area, more drag, additionally a larger boat that's going to typically end up burning more fuel. But because of the Optiv hull setup on this boat, it's going to give you a little bit different deal when it comes to fuel consumption as compared to what you see on most other boats out there. So we're going to take it and start driving and get up to surf speed, and we'll show you exactly what we're burning as far as fuel when we have this thing fully loaded. Alright, so we're turning around, so we're driving into the wind because we don't want to have any discrepancies between how we drive and handle the boat. So we're driving into the wind here. The wind's actually blowing a little harder than it was when we were driving the other boat. So as you can see, our surf wave is awesome. We are currently running with the wave at a little bit more toned down and mellow level. With the center stinger plate on this boat, you can mellow the wave out and stretch it out longer, or you can shorten it and make it a lot more steep and vertical. Right now it's a little more mellow in comparison to the Malibu. It's like the wedge, essentially not deployed. We are going through and burning, if you can see. We are right here at about 12.5 gallons an hour is approximately what we're burning. So we're quite a bit less than what we were getting with the Malibu when it was running about half the level of ballast that is in this RI257. Now let's take it to a vertical steep wave, which is the equivalent of having the Malibu with the wedge fully deployed. When we engage that and take the center stinger plate and bring it up, the back end is going to drop down a little more. We're going to hear the engine rev up a very slight amount, and you can see what it does. We have really steep barreling wave there. If you look at the fuel consumption, it takes us up to where we went from about 12.5 up to about between 13.5 and 14. So that one shows the efficiency of our center stinger plate system as compared to the wedge, even though the effects are somewhat similar on what it can do to the wave. The main difference is it's just a more efficient system, a more efficient hull design for surfing. So we're running fully loaded. This is essentially the most fuel you can burn without adding additional heat or lead or anything like that in the Centurion. And so that gives you a really good idea of what the fuel is on this boat. If you compare it to the other engine which we can run in this RI-257, the H6 motor, that one was burning right about 9 gallons an hour. So we are burning a little bit more fuel on this setup, but we are running an engine with more power. So we get more power and better performance, but the H6 engine in this boat still performs amazingly well. You can check out our other videos to show you, to see how that engine performs. But that hopefully gives you an idea of what these new Centurions can do with the OptiV hull setup, as well as the QuickSurf Pro system, the surf system we run on these boats. So we really hope that was helpful. For more information, check out boardco.com. We have lots of information about the boats that we have. We're also happy to take you out on the water so you can experience it yourself. Just feel free to give us a call or stop into our store. Thanks a lot. We'll talk to you soon.